Randy Orton snaps and turns heel. What's up, Jared? Here today with the weekly set review of Friday Night SmackDown. They kicked off the show with an absolute pissed off Drew McIntyre, blaming everybody, blaming Nick Aldis for him losing his WWE Championship. Nick Aldis comes out and he goes, "You can't blame anybody but yourself." And Drew McIntyre's like, "Of course the Golden Boy Cody Rhodes got his title shot." And Nick Aldis is like, "No, you screwed him at the Royal Rumble. You screwed him at the Elimination Chamber. And the first time he finally got an opportunity. And guess what? He beat you. I understand why you were afraid of him, because he instantly beat you for your championship." And Drew McIntyre's pissed. He's blaming Nick Aldis and everything. And then Jacob Fatu's music hits. Jacob Fatu comes down to the ring. And he said, "Let's be 100. You wouldn't be champion if it wasn't for me." He goes, "You do not deserve to be WWE champion." He goes, "And I fixed it last week when you lost your WWE championship to Cody Rhodes." So he's like, "If you can blame anybody, you can blame me." And he was like, "What are you going to do about it?" And then Drew McIntyre says, "You know what I'm going to do about it? I quit." And then Drew McIntyre storms out of the ring, storms out of the crowd, and storms out of the arena. Drew McIntyre has quit WWE. Then we had Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan in the in-ring action going against the MFTs, which was Solo Sikoa and Tala Tonga. Rare to see Eric Rowan in-ring for actually wrestling. But Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan actually pick up the victory for this match. Uncle Howdy instantly grabs his lantern, so he's won the match. He's got the lantern, and then out of nowhere from behind, a hidden blade to the back of the head by Tama Tonga. And he grabs the lantern and gets out of there, and the MFTs go to the stage and stand tall with the lantern. So the Wyatt Six once again fail to get the lantern back. Personally, in my opinion, this story about fighting for the lantern is starting to get a little stale, but I got a feeling they're going to push this thing all the way to WrestleMania, and then finally the Wyatt Six are going to get it back at Mania. Then we had Nia Jax and Lash Legends defend their women's tag team championships against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And before the match started, the Bella Twins music hits, and they returned. We had not seen them in almost about a month since their promo about them being back since the Royal Rumble. Actually, it's probably longer than a month. They come down, they're on ringside for this match. And actually, during this match, they attacked Nikki Bella. So Brie Bella is like checking on her sister while this match is going on, and then out of nowhere during the match, Brie Bella attacks. I think it was Nia Jax. It could be I could be wrong. It might have been that Lash Legend, but it ends in a disqualification. But it was 4 women against 2 women, and Nia Jax and Lash Legend still stand tall. They take out the Bella Twins and they take out Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. So they stand tall against all 4 of these women. All 4 of these super mega superstar women superstars. So the Nia Jax and Lash Legend are looking absolutely dominant. They announced next week it's going to be the Bella Twins fighting Lash Legend and Nia Jax for the tag titles. I got a feeling that's going to end in disqualification. This might be our Mania match. We might be having Lash Legend and Nia Jax defending their tag titles against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss and the Bella Twins. It might be a 3-way tag team match. I'm starting to get that feeling. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a normal tag match for the tag titles and having the Bella Twins involved, but now that they made this disqualification, I can see a 3-way tag match. Then we had a special episode of Miz TV. The Miz had Jelly Roll, which Jelly Roll looks amazing. He has lost so much weight, looking fantastic. He's lost even more weight since he was on WWE for SummerSlam Wrestling. He's on Miz TV, and the Miz starts talking about how he started taking credit for Jelly Roll's weight loss. Because he helped Jelly Roll get up because he was so fat at SummerSlam in 2024, and Jelly Roll got all riled up. But he's like, "You're narcissistic. You're trying to take credit for something I did, my hard work." And he's like, "Even if I was fat or skinny, I'd still whoop your ass, Miz." And then Kit Wilson comes out and starts talking about how Jelly Roll is toxic because he's fatophobic. And then Jelly Roll swings at Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson ducks out of the way, and Jelly Roll knocks out the Miz with a right hook. And Kit Wilson just gets out of there. He drags the Miz out of the ring, and Jelly Roll just stands tall. And also, the goofy-ass thing was Jelly Roll did the Kit Wilson dance, trying to convince that he liked Kit Wilson, that he likes him. Yeah, that was a little interesting. But I got a feeling we're going to get Jelly Roll versus the Miz at Mania. Which, if Jelly Roll can put on a singles match, I'll be super... as much as I know I usually don't like celebrity matches, I'm just going to be super proud of Jelly Roll because he's lost so much weight. He's been on this journey. So to see him not be carried by Randy Orton, because even though that tag match, Jelly Roll killed it. He did an amazing job. Obviously, Randy Orton did most of the work. But, man, if he could put on a full singles match, that would be awesome for Jelly Roll. Then we had Jade Cargill go one-on-one with Michin. I don't think anybody cared about this match at all. It was a quick win for Jade Cargill. She dominated most of the match, and she absolutely destroyed her with the finish. I mean, like, she damn near murdered her on that ring. It was like a complete flat bump murder. But she wins. Then Rhea Ripley comes out, and as soon as Rhea Ripley gets in the ring, Jade Cargill gets the hell out of there. And Rhea Ripley's like, "Oh, you're gonna run away because I'm that bitch." I'm like, "Oh my god, not again!" Having flashbacks of last week because last week's promo between these two were so bad. This build for these two at Mania is just not it. Then we have the tag team number one contenders, Damian Priest and R-Truth, go one-on-one with Las Garzas because they were pissed off, saying that they did all the work in that tag team turmoil match and they just came out and quickly won it. So they wanted a rematch, and Damian Priest and R-Truth once again win, defeating Las Garzas. So they're just dominating, showing that they are truly the number one contenders for the tag team championships. What a team. We had Damian Priest music hits, and then R-Truth wrapped them down to the ring. I'm liking them as a tag team because their chemistry ever since the Judgment Day has always been so funny. So I got no problem with them being a tag team. Even if they put the tag titles on, I honestly wouldn't care because the MFTs are boring as hell as the tag team champs. Like, I'd rather see Damian Priest and R-Truth walking into WrestleMania as the tag champs than the MFTs. Then, right before Tiffany Stratton's match, she pushed Chelsea Green like Chelsea Green was Zack Ryder when Kane pushed Zack Ryder off the stage. She pushed her backstage. She went flying. And then Tiffany Stratton came down to the ring and went one-on-one with Kiana James, defeating her. Chelsea Green came down to the ring with her wheelchair once again, trying to get involved in this match, but it didn't work out. Tiffany Stratton wins the match with her prettiest moonsault, defeating Kiana James. I'm assuming at Mania it's going to be Tiffany Stratton versus Julia for the Women's United States Championship. That just seems like the direction they're going. It makes sense. Maybe if Chelsea Green's healthy by then with her foot, it'll be a triple threat. But I definitely think Tiffany Stratton's going after that U.S. title for Mania. Then Trick Williams was running his mouth backstage about Jacob Fatu, and they made it official, a match between Trick Williams and Jacob Fatu. So Trick Williams and Jacob Fatu were having their match. Really great match. I was very excited for them because I like Trick Williams and I like Jacob Fatu. They're putting on a good match and everything. I'm like, this is just, I got a fishy feeling about this match. I feel like somebody's going to get involved in it. And, of course, Drew McIntyre, when the ref was back was turned, comes out, beats up Jacob Fatu, throws him back in the ring. Trick Williams picks up the victory. Huge win for Trick Williams, even though he had the help of Drew McIntyre. Huge win for him, beating Jacob Fatu, showing that Trick Williams is a true star, megastar, and truly deserves a match at WrestleMania. Well, after Trick Williams gets out of there and everything, Drew McIntyre gets in the ring, hits a Claymore on Jacob Fatu, laying him out, standing tall. And then Nick Aldis announced right after this, which was the contract signing between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. So the main event was the contract signing, but Nick Aldis comes out first and announces that next week it's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. Obviously, I got a feeling that match isn't an end of disqualification. It's an unsettled match between the two of them at WrestleMania. But back to the contract signing, Randy Orton comes out, taking it all in with the fans and everything. Then Cody Rhodes comes out, and then Cody Rhodes gets on the mic and says how he knows he's not Randy Orton's son. He knows he's not his brother, but he'll always say he's Randy's boy, and he loves him. And then Cody signs the contract. And Randy gets up and he goes, man, this could have been so easy. It should have been you, me, and Drew, but now it's you and me. And Cody's like, I get it. He goes, in the ring, I have to face one of the best wrestlers ever, the perfect build wrestler that JBL says. The three dangerous words in wrestling are KO. Because outside of the ring, it shouldn't change. And Orton's like, yeah, you're right. He signs the contract, and then he slams Cody's head on the desk, kicks him in the dick, and just starts beating him up, beating the holy hell, rips Cody's suit to shreds, throws him out into the ring, starts beating him up with the steel steps, and then Cody is bleeding like crazy. There's blood all over Cody's face. There's blood everywhere. He throws him onto the announce table, and there's literally puddles of blood on the announce table. He grabs the bottom of the steel steps and puts Cody's head on it, and Cody's just resting on there, pouring blood. Orton's just beating the holy hell out of him. There's security everywhere. And they finally get Orton out of there, and Orton leaves. And security's checking on Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is pouring blood. He's laying there like he's dead. And then Orton comes over here. He originally left from the stage, comes out of nowhere from like the timeskeeper area with a chair, gets on top of the announcer desk, and smashes Cody's skull right into the steel steps with the steel chair. Straight headshot, absolutely lighting him up, murdering Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is like a dead body. Randy Orton has snapped. He is full-blown heel psychopath Randy Orton. I literally was I shot out of my seat, so excited, getting all pumped up because I've been wanting this feud between these two, heel Orton versus babyface Cody, for so long, and I was so pissed off this past week with people hating on Cody Rhodes, saying this is not going to be a good match. Now you're eating your words, because this was the best part of SmackDown, probably the best thing of WWE so far in 2026. And then Randy Orton takes that steel chair and goes into the ring, opens it up, grabs the title, sits in the ring, puts the title on his, sits it on his lap, and then puts it on his waist and sits there with his head down like an absolute menace he is. There's blood all over his shirt, blood all over his arms from Cody Rhodes, and Orton looks like an absolute menace, a villain, an evil man that he is. I absolutely love this way to end the show. I gotta say, overall, this SmackDown was pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie. The Jelly Roll thing was kind of entertaining, but overall, a lot of the show was boring. But damn, what a way to end this show! I'm so ready for WrestleMania. I'm so hyped for this match. I don't care what else is on the card. This is like a dream match for me for the WWE Championship. Heel Orton versus babyface Cody at the top of their careers. Oh my God, I'm so excited for this. And Triple H is cooking right now because the first segment between the two of them for this feud was top notch. Now we just need Orton to punt kick Cody. But damn, when Cody bleeds, that man bleeds like crazy because there is blood everywhere and Randy Orton just murdered him. But the shot to end the show, man, it was just like perfect. Orton's head's down. He's got the title there. He just looks so menacing, blood all over. But overall, this show itself, not great. Ending is carrying it by a lot. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. If it wasn't for the ending, I'd give it like a 1.5 out of 5. But that ending, man, got me so ramped up, so hyped for WrestleMania. So it's getting a better scoring. But this is JW Live. Thank you guys for watching. Go check out my Instagram, which is all lowercase JW Live. Highly appreciate that. Also, go check out my TikTok, which is lowercase JW_Live. Highly appreciate that as well. Make sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel because we post every single day on this YouTube channel. Awesome wrestling figure content. So make sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss the awesome content. And I'll see you guys in the next one.